Alafia, aho, ase, namaste, and blessings to all. Welcome to Shadow of Wolves. I know it's been a long time, and believe me, behind the scenes, instead of always staying on top of my videos, I also work in giving prayers to others and prayers to the world. So when you don't see me upload, sometimes I am really busy and I'm in the middle of something, and I just can't do it at that moment. However, there are a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. One of the things were the monopoly and how do I say, monopolizing Brujaria Witchcraft and so forth. Let me give you an example of that. In other words, what I'm saying is this is a form of mind control in some occasions. Now, witchcraft, hexes, and how do I say, generational curses and so forth, they do exist. If you don't agree, change the channel, find another channel. They do exist, it does. But at some degree, either your guardian angel or the light of God will get rid of that, or it just goes on and on and on, or you may have it removed. Now, why am I talking about the monopoly of witchcraft? The reason why is, for example, there have been people who will come and sit right here across from me at my table, and I'll give them a reading. And the first thing that they're thinking, some people, not all, every reading is different, is, oh my goodness, I have witchcraft. Well, if we're doing this reading, and as a seasoned spiritualist, since a child and being able to see and then developing over the years, if I don't see it, I'm not going to relay that information. There'll be other things that will come up in a reading, but not everybody who is having a bad day or a bad year necessarily has witchcraft. Sometimes we have to do what is called an ibo, meaning in my faith as an orisha, and a child, a daughter of a chosi, mafrefuna chosi, mafrefunya maya, mafrefuno chun. And as a child of orisha and of ocha, not only do we have to go through ethical standards, but I would recommend ibo, meaning cleaning yourself or doing a rogation, or it could be so many different things because there's so many different types of ibo. But what really baffles me is when there is a con game, because I just did a reading and I'm a little upset. You know, my client was very sad, and she went through a con game of being told that she has witchcraft and brujeria, and you know, she's tried everything to take it off. Well, not everything necessarily has to do with witchcraft, okay? So in other words, if we don't take care of our own spirits, and if we don't believe in that, we don't take care and do prayers, and we don't recognize our spirituality, especially if we are spiritual people, that is a witchcraft of itself. If we're just narcissists, and I've seen this, God forgive them, narcissists, people who are just consumed with themselves and how great they are, and oh, you know, you're coming to me, or I'm here to bless you. Whatever the narcissism is, that is of itself a form of witchcraft, which makes pride exist, okay? There's also been a slew of reports of people coming from spiritual drummings or tambors being told that if they don't make ocha, or if they don't hurry up, that they're going to get sick, or that they're going to die, and so forth. These are all things that we also have to keep an eye opener for, guys, because sadly, there has been some reports, and I'm putting this out there, of people showing up to misas and causing trouble, saying, oh, you know, your goddaughter, or your godson, or your godfather, your god sister is throwing you a brujeria, is throwing you a witchcraft. They are normally, when this kind of gossip, bonchincheros and bonchinche occurs, that is because they want you to seek revenge and do their dirty work. So if I tell you, oh, this person is doing witchcraft, and you're a spiritual person that doesn't even ask your own spirits, and you're naive about this, you're going to be like, oh yeah, they're doing this to me. And okay, so I'm going to pay someone to do this. So I'm going to throw them back a witchcraft. And guess what? All your spirits of light stay behind, because you should not be doing black magic or brujaria to harm others. So they would make you do their dirty work. Another trick is someone pretending to be mounted with a spirit or an orisha. This is the sad part. Really, really sad. Give it time, it catches up. And they notice that whatever, the client or the godchild or whatever is going their way, and they announce to cause control, mind control. They announce to people, oh, this person is going to get sick, because I heard this. Oh, their insides are going to be now. Oh, they don't come around, or oh, they're defiant. And then it's a monopoly, it's a cult, it's a mind control. Then other people are listening. This is to cause fear. It's a monopoly. It's monopolizing the religion. So then what do? They turn around and they want to make their word bonds. So sadly, if skilled enough, after they finish announcing the person's demise and how they're going to fall and go through all this turmoil, they do the witchcraft themselves against people, so that it could look like, cause fear of the clients or godchildren or spectators. Be careful of the monopoly of witchcraft. I have had clients come in. I have had who are now my godchildren come in, and some of them, if they do have witchcraft, every remedy calls for itself. It could be a rompimiento, it could be a certain cleaning, a certain ibo, it could be all kinds of things. But it has to be written. I don't feel comfortable in lying to someone just to gain material status for that moment, because that money, no matter what you charge, if it is unethical and if it is wrong, then guess what? You'll enjoy it for a moment, but you're going to pay for it in the long run. So open your eyes, people, because number one, if you have witchcraft, a good reader, a good spiritualist will take care of that for you and will tell the truth. If you don't have it and there's something else that you need, then guess what? That good spiritualist, that good olorisha, that good aleo, because there's a lot of aleos who have their beads and so forth with their paleros, and they're very skilled, or sansistas, or there's different people who are skilled to do good readings. You cannot just look at these cards and be like, oh, okay, 4 of Pentacles means this or that. No. You have to also work with your third eye in understanding that. And a glass of water for us, because I have been raised, and when I came to Florida, into Puerto Rican Espiritismo, as well as from Cuba, because that's where I was crowned. However, it's not about me. Let's continue. My point to you in the matter is, first of all, it's good to get consultations, but have faith in your own spirit guides. Listen to your inner thoughts. Listen to your messages of what they are telling you. And if it really is just a streak of bad luck or generational curse, then it must be removed. But be careful of false prophets, which is also in the Bible, that will turn around and be like, oh, they come down with a spirit, or they feel the Holy Spirit, or they feel the Orisha, and they talk about, oh, tú tienes brujeria, or, you got brujeria, or whatever it is, or you got witchcraft. And then they could actually do you the witchcraft because they feel like you're not naive enough to give them money, okay? Or so that, oh, this person threw it at you so that you can do their dirty work to do witchcraft, all right? So with me, say for example, I do a lot of things in my Ile, but say like if I'm going to a tambor somewhere, say for example in Georgia, and for me, if an Orisha comes down, I have faith in the Orisha. I love the Orisha. But they tell me X, Y, and Z. Guess what? I'm getting Obi and I'm talking to that Orisha because I have them in my house. And I will confirm what the person said who was mounted with that Orisha. If I go to a Palo Fiesta, a Cajon, or Ego Fiesta, and a Congo spirit comes down and they tell me, oh, this, and that, guess what? I'm talking to my Palo Egon and I'm going to ask my spirit is this X, Y, and Z because I have the skills. Some of us don't. Be careful of narcissists, of people who don't even ask you how you're doing. They just talk about themselves, and they're not even praying for the world. And so many people are dying. So many children are going hungry. So many children have lost their parents in the Ukraine and vice versa. All they care about is their life and how great and splendid they are. There's also Pataki about that. So stay tuned, because this has been something that my spirits have asked me to tell you once again. Be careful in a Mesa Blanca, and somebody comes down and they say, oh, this person doesn't come here no more. They're going to get sick. This person is defined. They're making excuses because they no longer have control over that person. So what do? They cause fear in the audience, because this is like an audience. A spirit should never embarrass you in public. An Orisha who is mounted should never embarrass you in public. They are to call you separately and talk to you about an embarrassing situation. Now, mind you, there are different energies that are very blunt. For example, as me being a Sansista, and I'm baptized in the 21 divisions and in Sanse, the difference with that is there are a form of spirits called the Gedes. Now, they may come out a little bit, they could come out a little embarrassing, because that's their energy. But a skilled and a beautiful Orisha is nothing but pure love and understanding, and they go by their will, okay? So don't be caught up in the fear of being monopolized to do someone else's dirty work because they're claiming that person did you witchcraft. Because the only thing that's going to happen if you go for what that human being said that is so-called mounted, or whatever it is, or if they are not, and you just go seeking revenge, let me tell you something. You better be in the right, because when the justice comes for you, get served, honey. Get served. Alafia, aho, I say namaste. And thank you for watching Shadow of Wolves. I'm sending you all ireomo, ireoma, ariku babao. Be calm and mafere funa chosi. Ache, I love you all.